Hello everyone. In this lesson, we will learn about data backup and restoration. To ensure data security, it is necessary to regularly back up databases. In the event of data loss or errors in the database, the data can be restored, thereby minimizing losses to the maximum extent. We use the MISCDump tool to back up single or multiple databases. The syntax for backing up a single database is as follows. MISCDump username password dbname, tbname1, tbname2, where username represents the username, password represents the password, dbname represents the name of the database to be backed up, tbname represents the table name S in the database. You can specify one or multiple table names separated by spaces. If you don't specify any table names, the entire database will be backed up. The syntax for backing up multiple databases is as shown on the screen. Here, after the database's parameter, at least one database name should be specified. If there are multiple databases, the names should be separated by spaces. The syntax for backing up all databases is shown on the screen. MISCDump username password all databases, wherein the all databases option represents backing up all databases. The MISCDump command will directly output the results to the screen. In order to save the output results, you need to add is greater than filename SQL at the end of the command. This signifies redirecting the output to a file named filename SQL. You can also include a path before the file name. If backing up a single database, the generated SQL script does not include the statements for creating and selecting the database. Before using the SQL script, you should manually create and select the database. When backing up multiple databases, the created SQL script includes the statements for creating and selecting the databases. We are now demonstrating the backup of a database. First, we will create a database called dump, using the create database statement. The dump database has been successfully created. Now, using the show databases statement, then we can see the dump database from the execution result. Select the current database. Use the useDump command to set dump as the current database. Now, under the database, we need to create a table. The table is named STU. The table has two fields in total. The first field is ID, which is of type integer. The second field is name. The table has been successfully created. Now, enter the show tables command. We can see that under the current dump database, there is a table named STU. Next, we will insert two records into this table, using the insert into statement. The first record has an ID of 1 and the name is Mary. The second record has an ID of 2 and the name is Lucy. Now, the execution is successful. Let's take a look. Execute the select statement select multiplied by from STU. We found a total of 2 records. From the query result, we can see that the records were inserted successfully. Next, back up the dump database using the MISCDump command. The username is root and the password is root. Back up the dump database and save it to the C driver dump SQL file. Open the command prompt window and execute the command. Press enter. Now, let's take a look and see if there is a backup file named dump SQL in the root directory of the C drive. The dump SQL file was successfully created in the root directory of the C drive. Use the input redirection command to restore data using the MySQL command. Following the basic syntax is as shown on the screen. The MySQL command can use input redirection to read SQL scripts and restore data. Simply add file name SQL at the end of the MySQL command for input redirection. If the SQL script includes a command to select a database, there is no need to specify DBName. To import a backup of a single database, you need to specify DBName. To import backups of multiple databases, there is no need to specify DBName. We can also use the MySQL client command source to restore data. The syntax is as follows: source filename. Now let's demonstrate the restoration of the database. First, let's delete the dump database that was created earlier. The statement to use is drop database dump. Next, create the dump database and set it as the current database. Then, proceed with the restoration of the database using the SQL file. The command to use is misq root prut dump is less than c driver dump. SQL. The username is root, and the password is root. Use the dump SQL file from the C drive to restore the dump database. Open the command prompt window and execute the command, ensuring that it runs successfully. On the MySQL platform, run the show tables command to verify. You should see the successful restoration of the STU table. Check if the STU table contains data. The data should also be successfully restored. Now, let's demonstrate another command for restoring data. Source. Similarly, start by deleting the database. Create the dump database and select it as the current database. Use the source command to restore the data. Now let's take a look. We can see that the source command can also be used to restore the database from the query results. The data in the STU table has been successfully recovered. Multiple choice questions. Select one answer choice. Fill in the blanks questions. Multiple choice questions. Select more than one answer choices. True or false questions. Above, we have introduced how to back up and restore data. We hope that you can understand and master them well. Thank you, everyone.